Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Limited Lorcana. Today we're going to be doing a sealed Ursula's Return. This is the newest set that released, um, and we're coming up on a close. I think set champs just finished. I just played my last set champs this weekend. Had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people. Made top 8, didn't make top 4. Lost my last game by one lord to a goat, which it happens. The guy was a fantastic player, and it was just really great to see everybody come out and play. But we're gonna get started with this sealed. So we're gonna go ahead and open our packs. Okay, so we have a Lumiere rare and a Maribel super rare. Both of these are actually pretty good cards. Lumiere actually does a lot of work, especially in sealed where there's not a lot of ways to remove him besides brawl if you don't quest him. So he can give a lot of your characters support. Mickey Mouse is also a great 2-drop, especially if you have 1-drops that are 1/3s. You can turn them into 3/3s on your second turn. So, works pretty good. And Ursula's not bad if you would get a shift target for her. Magic Broom's a great 1-drop. It cycles later on for just more card draw, which, having a 1-drop that has use always is pretty good. Folly's exactly what we're looking for with the Mickey Mouse banner guy. Both of these rares are kind of duds. Um, this is an alright. I guess it's just a common foil, but this can actually be pretty good. It can be a good way to deal with evasive or stuff like the Diablo or low health, low toughness characters. Brawl is kind of almost a must-needed action, just in case somebody has something like Diablo or just anything that's really meaningful with 2 strength that you have to get rid of. Just as good stats for a 2-drop. Thieves has a pretty good effect. It can be a little difficult to use, but might be able to use that. Li Shang's just a good 5-drop, 5/5 quest for 2. Can't complain too much. Hey, I actually really like Sealed, especially because you can get the benefit of ink without having to ink a card in your hand, and a lot of times sealed and draft kind of comes down to who has the most like resources left in their hand. We got a Mickey Mouse. We got 2 Mickey Mouses, so that's fun. Um, Mickey Mouse Musketeer Captain's not bad. He is playable. Can be a little rough because he's a 7-cost uninkable. Flotsam and Jetsam's not bad. Just a nice big character. Cogsworth, I think we had another one in a pack earlier. He's pretty good. He allows you to make challenges that you wouldn't normally be able to make. Con's a good 2-drop to get, just like Gus's, both good 2-drops. Imperial Bow can be okay. You have to be careful because it does say it's only hero characters, so you do have to kind of be mindful of that. But Winter Cap or Winter Camp, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think it's a little bit overpriced, but it can do good. Training Grounds can do good as well, but both of these are kind of like locations that if I needed more stuff or I needed to synergize with something, I might run, but I wouldn't normally look to run them. Got a Sisu, which is just a fantastic rare. Another Flotsam and Jetsam. Vitalisphere is really, really good, especially if you get any of the 2-drop evasive brooms or any characters that have evasive, but they might need a little bit more strength to get rid of, like Isabel's and other things. Vitalisphere can really, really help you. And it can also just help you take challenges that your opponent didn't think you could, or be able to play something and rush it out to take care of a threat that you have to take care of this turn. Mrs. Potts, not too bad. We do have a Lumiere and we do have Cogsworth, so we'll most likely be playing Mrs. Potts. Triton's a little bit of a whiff. Peppa's a little bit of a whiff. Avalanche is a little too situational. We probably won't be running it. This pack's not the best. Might probably run Nessus, just to give us another big character. Might run Ice Block. We just have to see where we're at on Inkables because that can help you kind of get some challenges. And we're definitely running this Pegasus. Having an evasive character is important. Like I said previously, for dealing with other evasives, or even just for the fact that if we're stalemated on the board, I can still keep questing with Pegasus. Yes, some okay cards. Hoping for some good rares in this last one. Well, Mickey Mouse Standard Bear is another good one. Maribel's a great 2-drop. The support really comes in handy in this set. Hercules is a good rush to deal with some stuff. TikTok gives us a nice evasive that can challenge, and Daisy gives us a good 1-drop. So, Hera's alright. We don't really have any Zeuses or Hercules. We didn't get the super rare Zeus. We didn't get the rare Hercules, or the big rush one. So even with this one, it's not the best combo, and a 1-3 stat line for 3 is just kind of not what you're looking for. Mickey Mouse could be okay. A little bit of a shame we only got one broom though, and we got 2 Mickeys, but we'll just have to see what it looks like. So let's get started. Okay, I like to kind of go all the way down from the end and see. Cast a Madrigal requires you to have a character, which can be okay, but it means that you're playing like Casa turn 1, turn 2 you're playing a 1-drop and moving into Casa. You have to have 3 1-drops in that case almost. Um, or sorry, not 3, but 2 1-drops. And that can actually be a tall order in sealed and draft. Song, Sold All They See. If this card replaced itself, I'd be more likely to take it, but it doesn't. It just chosen character gets -3, so probably won't be running that. Brawl we're gonna run. Dodge is a really good action. I don't know if I saw this earlier, but giving a character ward and evasive can be really big. Late game, it can give your high quester ward and make it even more difficult for them to deal with it. And early game, it can even be used to take out evasive characters that they didn't think you could take out. Make the potion can be okay. The only problem is it's uninkable and it's a little niche in what it does. So swing an action, give rush. Not really too interested in that. And Ursa's trickery. Yeah, I think we're good on those actions. It looks like we might actually end up running the ice block. Medallion Weights is a good one. Allows you to draw cards, and you can establish this item. And if they ever quest again, then you can kind of punish them by being able to draw Vitalosphere. We're definitely running. But again, both of these are inkable items. They're not too niche, and it actually allows you to like make meaningful plays. So start with those. Sort this by cost. Okay, so that 1-3 stat line is definitely what we're looking for our 1-drops. We got that with both of these characters, and then we have Magic Broom, which is just good for cycling late game, and then just a good 1-drop early. We're definitely taking a Lumiere, and before I forget, we're going to take Miss Potts and both of these Cogsworths for her effect. Because when you play her, if you have a character named Lumiere or Cogsworth in play, you may draw a card. So being able to have 3 targets for that is pretty good. Draw is always king in Draft Unsealed. Being able to have more draw is almost always the right pick. I'm going to choose 2 of these Mickey Mouse Standard Bearers. I've just had I've just had a lot of like big plays that I was able to make with Mickey Mouse that were very meaningful. I'm going to take this Pegasus Flying Steed. Take Maribel, the support. And then what else we for 2-drops? Got Ursula, Challenger. So it's really, we're not going to take this Ursa. I don't have any big targets for it, any shift targets or anything like that. I mean, it's still a good card, don't get me wrong, but um, she's just a little weak when, like, you can challenge something and she's got enough life or enough toughness to live, but if they have another character, they can just take it out almost for free. And it doesn't feel like you get as much value as you would have like a 3-2 that hits a 1-3 or something. So right now we're sitting at 3 2-drops, 4 2-drops, 5 2-drops. I don't actually really want too many more. I think we're gonna take a con, and well, actually with the two Mickey Mouse Standard Bears, we're actually better with the 2-3 stat line because we're able to buff it up. So we're gonna go with 2 Stitches because he is one of my favorite Disney characters. So just go ahead and do that. 3 drops. What do we have? We got Beast with Resist, Beast Wounded, Flounder Companion. Don't have aerials to really make this worth it. Hey, we're gonna run. Hera, I've already stated my opinion on Hercules. Rush is good. Jack can be a really, really good character. This can be a good way of dealing with an opponent's evasive characters as well. I normally kind of steer away from him at first and then see how much room I have later. Ling, hero characters. I don't think we actually had a lot of hero characters. I mean, the set is the hero character set, but right now it looks like we're at like around 5, so we'll have to see about that one. Sisu's a great 3-drop. And sealed and draft, it typically doesn't have as much strength, but still, it just good strength, great toughness, good questing. We're gonna take a pain, give us another 2/4. Don't really want too many of these. And I think we're gonna take a beast, thick-skinned for the resist, and then with the challenge that we can give from Mickey Mouse, that should help. And that also does give us another hero. Do we have any other heroes in here? And our 3-drops? No, doesn't look like it. I mean, Ling could still be good. Just a 3/3 is okay for stats. So we'll probably come back around and add him most likely, if I were to guess. Daisy Duck, Musketeer Spy. We're gonna take it. Just discarding your opponent is a form of almost drawing. It gives you card advantage, in the sense of like you're making them drop 1, you're getting a body on the board. We're gonna play Louisa. She's just a good rush to help you deal with threats that you have to deal with. We're gonna take Yao, take Li Shang, might take Megara. 26 cards will most likely take Megara. We're gonna take Mickey Mouse, Musketeer, TikTok for sure. Nessus, he's inkable. Flotsam and Jetsam are gonna take them. They're both inkable. Peppa, I'm not very high on this card. Not to say that she can't do good. I think she's overpriced for the effect that she has. Maribel we're gonna take. I think I would rather Megara over Mickey. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a Megara. And we need to take 7 more cards. So we're gonna take Triton. He has evasive on our turn. We're gonna take Tong. He's a big body. And I don't think we're too high on Inkables. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Tong will be 5. Yeah, that's not too bad of a spot to be for Uninkables. We're pretty good with that. So going back through our stuff, Triton can be okay. And we do have a decent amount of items, but just not as many items as we'd want to play if we were going to run them. I think we are going to end up with Ling. We are going to end up with Jack or Jacques. Most likely taking another 2-drop here, so I'm going to take a Gust, the champion of cheese. Hopefully he can be the champion of our sealed. She doesn't have a meaningful effect, but we might take her just because she's a 2-quester. Let's see. Magic Broom is a 1-quester. Triton is a 1-quester. So we need 2 more cards. Don't think there was anything in the other things I was looking for. Don't really want to overflood our deck with just low drops though too, so I kind of need to be careful. I think we might end up running Hera. Gives us a... Oh, actually, hold on. It's another Magic Broom for Mickey. So let's run Magic Broom and then we'll throw 1 Mickey in. We've got 2 brooms. It's not the best, but either way, all those are inkable, and I'm not too worried about that. So we're gonna save, and we're gonna get started here with that. Okay, a lot of our early game, which isn't bad. We're gonna drop the Flotsam and Jetsam. We're gonna drop the Jock. I'm dropping both of these because we really kind of want the one drop to go with Mickey, but we're also fine if we don't get it. We've got the medallion weights to help us draw cards and get value and refill. I do think we're going to drop another one of these two drops. I think we're going to drop the Maribel just because we have the Mickey and we have the Lumiere to help. So, and then most likely Stitch is going to be just the two drop that we play for stats. And then medallion weight is just a good effect. So we're going to ink. What are we going to ink? I think we're actually going to ink this Mickey Mouse. We're going to pass. Daisy Duck. Okay. Is that Pain? Yeah. Couldn't remember if that was Pain or Panic. We're going to go ahead and ink this Nessus. We're going to play Stitch. Next turn, we're most likely going to play Lumiere and then be able to take out the Daisy Duck. Yeah, I'm happy with that because if he swings back with Pico, then I'll be able to basically 2-for-1 him. Gonna ink this Vitalisphere. Don't really need it right now. Play Lumiere. Challenge this Daisy Duck. And we'll pass. And then next turn, if we need to, we can establish medallion weights and even use the effect to trade Lumiere and get a card. Would preferably not do that, but we just kind of have to see. Ink. I think we're going to ink this Pain because we're not really going to be looking to play a turn 3 for a little while. We're going to play medallion weights, and we're going to use the ability of the medallion weights to give Stitch the extra strength. Doesn't need the extra strength, but it's the fact that they will now draw a card and have him take out Pico. And I get to draw. Alright, and we're going to pass there. I don't really want to quest with Lumiere. Well, he Triton decreed me, which, you know, sometimes Triton's decree works out, and it feels really good. But there's also times where it just sits in your hand, it's uninkable. You can never do anything with it, and when you finally do it, they're gonna pick the one that they don't mind they don't mind. So a lot of times this can just kind of whiff. And they have the Diablo, and funny enough, we have the Brawl. So it actually really worked out keeping this Brawl in our hand and being able to have that for that. I'm going to play this Magic Broom, and I think we're most likely going to ink this Mickey Mouse. I don't need to go too much higher on my lore, but or too much higher on my ink. I don't have too many cards over 6, and I'm not really looking to like combo play cards for 9. 7 is probably that sweet spot with like wanting to play a 4-drop and a 3-drop or a 4-drop and a 2-drop. So Jacques gave my Broom Reckless, which we couldn't take advantage of, and I think we are actually 100% going to do that. So we're going to use the medallion weights on Broom, have Broom challenge the other Broom, because his Broom won't banish mine. Ink this Beast, play this Cogsworth, and now we're going to banish the Broom to draw a card from the effect. And now we've just cycled so much. Okay, he's going to exert my character. I would have assumed he was going to take it out with Con, but I guess not. Okay, I'm good with that. Ink, Fali. It's a little late for a 1-drop. We're going to play this Mickey Mouse as a bodyguard to protect Cogsworth, and we'll pass. Alright, on our our turn, we're going to use medallion weights on Cogsworth so that Cogsworth can take out this shock. We get to draw. Okay, it's actually not a miss. We're gonna have Mickey Mouse take out this con. We're gonna do it because I'll go down to 3 toughness. Tuk Tuk can only do 2, so if he has to use another card to get over Mickey, I'm more than happy with that. And we're just gonna establish another big quester here. We're gonna establish a Megara. And we're gonna pass. Again, we don't really need to ink too much more at this point. One thing I see a lot of people do in limited that my best advice would be kind of knowing what's in your deck, knowing how much ink you need, knowing that like you don't always have to just keep inking every turn. Because I definitely see some people who just keep inking almost like it's a mandatory thing. And it doesn't hurt to wait. That was a misplay on my half because I'm gonna quest both of these characters. I should have quested Cogsworth, given Tuk Tuk -2, and then challenged. But I don't think it will matter too much. They've got 1 card in hand. Sure, they're at 13 lore, but they're gonna start stalling out. I'm also gonna make them have to challenge with this Pico, and I'm gonna play a Ling and pass. Take out our Mickey. We're gonna play TikTok, and we're gonna quest everybody. Give Beast -2. Go to 9 total. And then next turn, I think TikTok's a 1 quester. Yep. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next turn we go to 17 or 16. RLS Legacy Cannon. That is not quite gonna do it. Quest the Cogsworth. Give Beast -2. Beast does have resist, so we need to do up to 4 damage to him. I am going to use medallion weights on Ling so that Ling can take it out. He's a 1 quester. I don't really want to use Megara to do it, and I want to keep TikTok fairly healthy just so that there's no damaged character effects that hit him and he stays, ready to challenge evasive characters. We're gonna well, we don't even really need to ink. Hey, he's a 2 quester, so we're just gonna actually play him out, right? We're gonna quest. Go to 15. And I probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to play a dodge on Jock just so he can't brawl anything but hey. And this will help me keep two questers that are ward. And he discarded Settle All They See to use the RLS Legacy Cannon. But we will go ahead and quest for the game, and we'll go into our second game after this. Alrighty, going into game 2. Don't really want to keep Mickey Mouse in our opening hand. Don't really want to keep Yao. Fortisphere. I'm good with keeping a Mickey and medallion weights. Hoping for a 1-drop character. Like a Fali. Yep. Wow. Actually just called it. I'm gonna ink Jock. And play our Fali. Didn't have a 1-drop. We are going to ink. I think we're gonna ink our dodge. We have TikTok. But TikTok is a little bit later if he establishes a Diablo. I think I'm going to ink the Mickey because I have the medallion effect and play the Stitch and quest with Folly and just kind of curve out. I just don't really want to ink the dodge, have him play a Diablo, and then have to wait for my TikTok so many turns later. I would rather just ink responsibly now and not pay that price later. We're gonna ink a Stitch, play a Medallion, and we're gonna pass. I don't really want to give him the opportunity to buff his Magic Broom and take out Stitch. Who is he giving Reckless to? I'm assuming Folly. Yeah, he did. But that works out because we can use the Medallion weights on Folly and then have her take out the Magic Broom. Draw a card. And we can ink. We're going to ink this Mickey Mouse. Mostly because I want to play this Lumiere. That's also why I did the Medallion effect before I inked. I didn't know exactly what I was going to ink. But now we can play Lumiere. And if Jacques takes out Folly, then... And we're going to quest with Stitch because we're not too afraid of this 1-4. If Jock takes out Folly, then it's a turn he's not questing for 2. Argus. Okay. And we can also always just take it out with Stitch. Most likely using the Medallion to also get the effect of drawing again. So Stitch into Jock. Even though he doesn't need it, again, just want to get that draw. Want to make sure we keep drawing. It allows us to keep inking every turn and not get stuck. Our ink, though, is a little of an unfortunate situation, though. We've got the dodge and the TikTok to deal with the brawl or with the Diablo. So mm, I think unfortunately we are going to ink Cogsworth, even though we do have the Mrs. Potts we could play. Just because I don't want to end my turn on 3 ink and not do anything, we're going to ink this um, Fa Zhao. I probably messed that up, so I apologize for anybody who was upset with my pronunciation of that. But we're gonna quest with Lumiere. I'm fine if Argus trades into either of these. And we're pretty far ahead with our medallion weights being able to draw so many cards. Golden Harp. Well, I'm assuming they probably have a Seldom All They See in their hand, but... Oh, never mind. Just they played it and immediately got banished. I don't think that's quite what the AI intended for, but I don't think it knew better. We're gonna medallion weights this Stitch and have him take out this Prince Eric. Get to draw another card. I don't want a crazy flood out, but I'm fine with just playing this 2-1 with both like good effects. Again, we're gonna quest this Lumiere. Or not like good effects, but like, Maribel's support helps Daisy Duck be able to take care of anything. He gave Argus Warden Dodge. Well, that's one way to protect him. Think we're going to ink our dodge now. We're just gonna play our TikTok. And we're just gonna keep questing. And we're going to pass it back to our opponent, who plays nothing. Okay. We are going to play this Tong to give us something that we can always challenge with if we want, and we can medallion weights him every time. Quest with these, and just because we have the 2 ink left over, I am actually going to use the medallion weights on Daisy Duck and take out the Argus and draw another card. Okay, it's not bad. We're going to pass. Don't really need to ink here. If I need to go to 7 next turn, I can. I don't think there's a situation where I need to go to like 8 to be able to play, all of these and then use Vital Sphere's effect. I think I can definitely do a combination of 5 here or 6 here with playing Vital Sphere and using the effect being 2. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep questing. Fortunately, I don't have a song or anything else for Tong to do, but so it goes. We're going to just flood out here. And I was going to say threaten lethal, but we're not because Tong doesn't quest and we don't have any 2 questers. Make the poison. Okay. We are going to use... I don't think we're even going to use Medallion Effect, honestly. We're going to have Tong take this out. We're just going to hard play the Slitsum and Jetsum quest and pass it back. And that's going to be it. Don't think there's anything they can really do that we're too afraid of here. Max is a good card in Sealed and Draft. I actually really like him, especially if you can get some Prince Erics. There was a draft I did where I got 4 Maxes and 3 Prince Erics, 2 of the bodyguard ones and 1 of the, I guess, bigger bodyguard ones that has an effect with Ursula. And that was just really fun, being able to, like, have a bunch of Maxes out for cheap. Not the most efficient, but Second Star to the Right is actually a really good card. The AI did not very much play around having sing together songs. When you have sing together songs, you almost don't want to quest your cards a lot of times. You want to keep them safe so that you can build up enough on the board to be able to sing it. Because if you build up to 10 ink, you play a 1 drop, a 2 drop, a 3 drop, and a 4 drop, you're now at 10 total. You can sing Second Star to the Right, and even if they clear most of your board, they probably took some inefficient trades and you drew 5 cards. Now, if they can clear your entire board and they don't lose anything, that's probably not the right play. But if you know that they're going to have to take some inefficient trades, and it's going to take away from them questing, gives you the 5 cards back in your hand, and like maybe you have a mob song or something else that you, or not a mob song, but you have something else to follow up with, maybe a make the potion or some sort of damage, or you have a character next turn that can rush and help finish off, then it can be a really good card. But sing togethers are very difficult, and you have to play around them in a certain way. But that was game 2. We're going to go to our third and final game. Okay. This is not a bad hand at all. I do not I do not mind this. Think. Yeah, we will put him back. I mean, it's a way to deal with evasive. We'll put this back. We're going to go ahead and ink. Oh, it's when she's played, so I'd have to already have one in effect. We don't have a Lumiere yet. I think we are going to ink one of our... Oh, actually, no. We're going to ink y'all. We're going to play this Folly, and we're going to pass. We're going to ink this Beast. We're going to play this Magic Broom, be a little bit ink inefficient, play Folly, and pass. River Styx, huh? Okay. We're going to have Magic Broom challenge that. And then we are going to play Mickey Mouse, give Folly +2 Challenger, banish the Broom to draw, and challenge River Styx. Next turn I can take it out with both if I need to. We're going to ink this Daisy Duck. Even though we could ink something else in player, we don't really need to flood out with a bunch of 1-drops. We already have 2 1/3s. They don't really fight for the board that great. No need to over-establish even more. Hercules is a little bit of a tough one. We are going to ink Gus and play this Cogsworth, so next turn we can play Miss Potts. We're not going to challenge the Underworld because we don't really gain anything. Like we can put 1 damage on it, but Hercules just takes us out again, and he's getting far more value from 2 for 1-ing us with Hercules than we would get from putting 1 extra damage on Underworld. So a little bit of a tough situation with Bodyguard as well. Mickey Mouse is a hero though, so that does actually kind of change things a little bit. I would really, really like to be able to play this Miss Potts, but I think my best play is going to be Ling. Give the Mickey +1. Have Cogsworth take out this Donald Duck. and then have this Mickey take out the location, and now uh, Hercules, whatever he swings into, he trades with. And hmm, I don't know if we're gonna ink this turn. I think we might hold off. I think we're gonna hold off for one turn, hoping the Cogsworth lives, but that's not going to happen, especially with the second Hercules. Oh, I guess I forgot. It's a new Hercules, so it doesn't have any damage. So we're gonna play this Miss Pot, so we get to draw off of the Lumiere. We're gonna ink dodge because we need to just be able to start putting big bodies out. We're going to quest with Cogsworth. Yep, we're gonna give this Hercules -2, and we're gonna challenge with the Ling and pass. And we're in a pretty good spot now. We got 3 cards in hand. Our opponent had 3 cards in hand, but we know what our cards in hands are, and they're all 6 drops. So, and our board's quite a bit better. It's unfortunate it's not ink, but I mean it's a high cost character, so I can't complain too much. Ring TikTok, play the Flotsam and Jetsam, I think. I guess technically there's no reason not to play the Nessus, so we'll play him. We are going to quest Cogsworth. Yep, and put -2 on Hercules. Have Ling take out Hercules. And have Miss Pot take out this Li Shang. There's an argument for me questing with Miss Potts, but I just got rid of my TikTok, so I'm not able to deal with his evasives if he has any. He's already questing for 2 with Aurora. If I don't take out the Li Shang, he goes to 14. I go to 5, but I would rather just keep him lower in the lore and be able to control him through other means. We are going to play the Hercules, even though it's going to be a little inefficient for our ink, because we'll have him take out Aurora, and then we can quest with the rest of our people. Um, the Cogsworth effect doesn't work on... Oh, no, it does. I'm sorry. This isn't the set 1 Aurora, so she doesn't have ward. Its items have wards, basically. Well, that was a little bit of a misplay again with the Cogsworth. It would have it would much have been better to use Cogsworth effect to reduce Aurora's strength and then take it out with Hercules, and now I still have Hercules on the board, but don't think we'll be losing the game over that. But that's definitely a game, like a mistake that in a game in person could make a very big difference, having that extra quester or not. We are going to ink a Vitalosphere, play this Mickey as a bodyguard, and we're just going to quest. And quest, and we're going to give Ling -2. So they're both just 2s. And they both quest for 1. So he can go to 16, and I can go to 19. Okay. We are going to play this Flotsam and Jetsam, I'm pretty sure. Going to quest Cogsworth. Yeah. Give Anna -2. Because she can actually quest for 2 if he gets a hero out. Take that out with Ling. Quest with Mickey for sure. And yeah, I guess we'll give this support. There's no cards in this set that give immediate lore. So we're just gonna quest with Nessus because we've got it next turn either way. But there can be an argument for if you wanted to be extra careful to take out Ling. But we've got the win this turn, so we will go ahead and take that win. And that will be it for our 3 games. Under the Sea is actually a really interesting card. Seen a lot of play in like set champs and stuff like that with people using Kita, Muses, and stuff like that. And it's definitely been really interesting to see how Lemon Lime plays out. It can be a difficult deck, but it's definitely an interesting one for sure. And
Dig a little deeper. It's not a bad card. I mean, Sing Togethers can be all right. You just have to have kind of a curve to definitely support the Sing Togethers that you have. So, and you have to be mindful about challenging and stuff early. You sometimes even want to let them just over establish so you can sing the song, like Mob Song. If you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, then you're at 10, you can sing Mob Song, and now you don't have to use any of your characters, and maybe you can take out the three things that were threatening you. But that is it for today's Sealed. Thank you so much for watching. We were able to get 3 wins again. Um, Next weekend, so I'm gonna probably do one of these videos every day, but this next weekend there's gonna be an in-person draft at a local store for me. I'll try and take some videos or some pictures and stuff and be able to upload it to the YouTube channel so everyone can see what I drafted in person. Kind of write down like the picks, and I'll write down some notes as well so I can talk about it some. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week and a great Monday, and I'll talk to you all next time.